Hello everyone that's watching. A little while ago we did a video on why we love the Mazda Speed 3 so much. And for me, that kind of blew up, so thank you guys so much for that. Got the most of views I'd ever gotten, but today we need to say why we love the Mazda Speed 6 so much as Mazda Speed enthusiast. Let's go. You guys want to feel what nostalgia feels like? Just listen. If you know, you know. But anyways, let's get in with reason number 1.
It is the right amount of thickness.
So yes, the size.
Yo, holds up fam, skip to that timestamp on that screen for more performance car reasons, not the interior and sheet, later champs.
Now with the size of a car, the smaller a car is, it's lighter, it's more agile, it's more fun to drive. But coming from a family of 3 who tried to use a Mazda 3 as a family car, I can tell you, it's not happening. You know, trying to go on a holiday with that thing, you need to upsize to something like a Mazda 6. And when we talk about performance cars in this size, you're really limited. We've got your Mondeo ST220 and your CL7 Euro Rs, both of which are quite nerfed compared to the Speed 6, like they're a lot slower. And look, I know someone's gonna say, you know, look at your German cars, your E90s and all that.
Fuck me, boys, that's quick.
You're spending a lot more for maintenance that's happening a lot more often on a car that really isn't worth that much. From a financial standpoint, it makes absolutely no sense. And of course, being a German car, they are that more neutered than a Japanese car. The real only car that is sort of comparable to the Speed 6 is your Legacy GT, which is a Subaru with a turbo, so not that reliable. And also if we look at the interior, the Speed 6 is so much nicer even and much more tunable. It's all around just a better car in my opinion. So if you do want a family sports car, you have to have a car the size and you want to have a nice fun car to drive like the Speed 6. No other car can really combine those traits together quite so well. Now let's go on to reason 2.
I nearly took a fat shit.
Now this one's gonna be very quick. The interior. Of course, you know, Japanese cars, especially of this age, the interiors are awful. Mazda is very good at their interiors and the Speed 6 is no exception. A very nice professional interior. On to reason 3. Reason 3 is a more fun orientated one, is the all-wheel drive. Now what may be a sort of more standard all-wheel drive system, you know, not as fancy as the Haldex system in your Mark 7 Golf Rs and all that, but in real life use, it's really good. It's quite an aggressive all-wheel drive system. It doesn't take much for those rear wheels to engage, so even though it is a front wheel drive orientated system, driving it doesn't feel like that too much.
Back coming round nicely, give a bit of power. That's very good.
Now there is one possible issue with the system. You see, basically everyone in the comments loves the all-wheel drive system on the Speed 6. However, there have been 2 people that say it is quite uncontrollable at the absolute limit. So that can kind of be expected from a lot of on-demand all-wheel drive cars. Even the Mark 7 GTI is uncontrollable at the limit. So, you know, I'm kind of asking, maybe is there transfer case or diff going out or something? Or the people that are really loving this system not pushing it to the 10/10ths on a racetrack? Now on to reason 4.
A car goes vroom vroom boom.
So reason 4, this is one thing of course you gotta love about performance cars, the performance. This thing is powered by 274 horsepower, 2.3 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder. That is basically Evo levels of power, just in a bigger car that is actually practical, with a nicer interior. With quarter miles, we're talking, you know, faster than your Audi S4 and your Evo 7. 2 4-wheel drive cars are meant to be very fast, especially that Audi S4, and the Speed 6 is punching right in with them, even if it's got a V8. And to kind of go with that to the next reason.
Wow, this is a strong massage. Great.
The Modability. Mazda Speeds are very moddable. Sure, they can be quite finicky if you don't know what you're doing, but if you do know what you're doing when you're modifying them, they are pretty good for the most part. You know, as long as you have high pressure fuel pump internals, add on to that an intake, a downpipe, and a tune, you'll be there for an extra 60 wheel horsepower. Just from a couple bolt-ons and a tune, 60 wheel, that's insane. And at that level, it is pretty damn reliable. And you can go up to high power levels on these without blowing the engine. You could take them up to about 380 wheel horsepower on stock internals without opening up the engine, which when you think about it, is pretty damn good. You know, because you have your Evos that need the head studs done. Now, of course, Speed 3s can go to 400 wheel, but that's because they're front wheel drive, so there's less drivetrain loss. They'll put out the same amount of power at the crank. This next entry might be a bit weird, a bit subjective, but I think everyone can agree, basically.
It makes me pee out white stuff.
The style of this thing. We look at those competitors before, you know, your Mondeo ST220, your Legacy GC, there you look at the Speed 6. My days, it's got so much stuff. I would say maybe it's the best looking Mazda Speed, but then I'd think, hang on, what about the Gen 1? That thing looks really good. Then I'd think, hell, the Gen 2 also looks pretty good too. Then I'd think, what about the Speed 6? And it's just an ongoing circle of which one looks best in my mind. But yeah, you have to admit, it looks really good. It does look quite expensive compared to, you know, your Mondeo ST220 or your Legacy. There's just something about it that looks very nice, I think everyone can understand. And adding to that sort of the sound.
The car goes brum brum.
It sounds kind of like a Subaru with a res delete, and that's a very good sound. But anyways, going on from that is the next reason.
Reason numero 80.
Yes, the engine. Now most people talk about engine, you think about performance like we've already talked about. I'm not talking about this. The MZR engine is a very nice engine. It's very sort of character-filled. It's got a little bit of boost lag, which is pretty fun. And then once it gets into boost, it builds so damn nice. And the whole engine just sort of feels like it's encouraging you to put your foot down and to get that surge. It wants you to have fun, it wants you to go fast, and that's the character of the car and what the engine gives it. It makes you want to have fun, it makes you want to put your foot down. It's such an enjoyable engine to use. I would have one criticism of it, which is that the boost dies off a little bit too soon, but you can fix that with an upgraded turbo, you know, a CST4.
Oh yeah baby, let's hit that summary.
So then, let's just summarize it all up, why we like that Mazda Speed 6 so much. First of all, the performance is excellent. Nice engaging engine, good all-wheel drive system. For the size, the handling is really good. Obviously something small has got to drive better. And it's a size where you can use it with your family no matter what, unlike a lot of the Evos, STIs, Speed 3s. So really, it's a family-friendly STI. Oh god, family friendly and STI, they've never been said together, have they? So that is the video. If you did enjoy, if you love Mazda Speed 6s, surely hit that like, I would really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos by me like this, check out the videos on the screen now. Thank you guys so much for watching and see you next time.